song. Welcome to Good Beans.
Hey.
I think it was a tragedy this weekend, and a moment of silence would be a good idea. And so then we'll get started. Let's have that moment for all them people murdered. And welcome to Good Beans. This is a song called In My Life by the Beatles. And thank you, everybody. Now I'm gonna take it. This one's I'm the Walrus. Sit down and pour
Want to do another one? Oh.
That's not
Are
that
you
bad.
scared?
Am I scared?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm terrified. Please don't hurt me. I need a bath. I'm lost.
I guess we could do one more. Is that all right?
Yeah, oh yeah, because
Okay.
usually people
You
do
got
like
what
three.
piece you got?
Oh, I got the F and then I got
Unless
the
we
G.
get busy.
That means you play something D.
A D, okay.
That'd be like low note.
Anything you want, bro.
I got, you know one like well, I don't know how I got here tonight. I got a feeling something right. I'm so scared in case I fall out my chair. And I wonder how I get down the stairs. Down to left of me, going to the right. Yeah, something in the middle with you. There's a thought in the middle with you. I don't know what it is I should do. It's all sleep on the floor. I can't get more. I should let me go right here and in the middle with you. So you started, I went up in you. I think you're something dead. Man, you were smoking that guitar too, and that harp was great, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, Andrew.
What?
Justin. Justin Scanlon here. Scanlon here.
Ask,
Next up is,
maybe when the
I
next
think
person
it's
studying up.
Jeremy,
I can give you a...
Jeremy Peters. All right. Oh, boy.
Can she make it a quick announcement?
Yeah. We got a quick announcement by
I
now.
can wait. Okay, all right.
Come on up.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome. How's it going?
Good.
Have a good night. Maybe not yet. It's a little early for that, but is this working?
So enthusiastic, look at that.
Yeah, woohoo.
Thanks. Hey, let's hear it for our new person here, Glenn. Andrew. I'm gonna get this guy's name
This
right.
guy's gonna be amazing today.
It's his brother.
This isn't really
Come buy
working.
some fruit and I'll tell you my name.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Meet him at the farmer's market out there.
Good.
All right, two things tonight for you, for your entertainment and for your news. One, if you like henna, temporary tattoos, I'm doing those tonight outside. So get some music, grab some amazing coffee, and get a henna. And then second, on June 24th, so not this Friday, next Friday, we are going to have right here in this room and on the stage, paint and spit. Somebody say, what's paint and spit?
What's
Gross?
Watercolor.
Excellent question.
Oh,
Paint and Spit is a promotional event for Lady Fest Flint. What's that?
What's that?
Lady Fest Flint is an all ages, music festival celebrating women's empowerment, achievements, and accomplishments through music, live art, spoken word, vending, and a whole other amazing amount and assortment of really cool things. It is gender inclusive. It is intended to be a safe space. And for that, for our first year here, September 16th and 17th at the local, we are going to have promo events to spread the word and to raise funds to pay our performers for the festival day. That being said, June 24th, in this room, Paint and Spit will be 2 artists speed paint live to 4 spoken word poets reciting amazing poetry. And at the end of the night, we're going to auction those paintings. Proceeds to pay our performers for the festival. $5 just a donation for our performers for the night. And I'll probably say this again, so thank you. And please welcome our amazing dude for his amazing act.
Jeremy Peters.
You were here.
Jeremy Peters.
Hey everybody, so my name is Jeremy. I'm a preacher, and a few years ago I went to this open mic event down in Detroit, and I saw these slam poets get up, and they were saying all these amazingly dirty and filthy things, and using all of these words that I don't get to say on Sundays, and it looked like they were having so much fun, and I said, I want to do that. That looks like a good time. And so I started writing, and all of that is my way of telling you that if anybody is feeling like being on your best behavior because there's a preacher in the room, then I'm going to be awfully disappointed because I came for that shit. So please, don't anybody smooth the rough edges off of whatever you were going to do tonight. I didn't come for stuff I can get on Sunday, right? So I've been writing spoken word and poetry for a few years. And I want to share 2 pieces with you tonight. The first one is it's a piece about Flint, and it's about the last year that we've had here in Flint, and what it's like to live in a community that has been under such intense pressure. So thank you for being my neighbors, and thank you for helping each other through this. Right. So it goes like this. Do you have a filter? To the woman who came to church on Christmas Eve looking for something to believe in, please don't leave until I give you one of these. It's free. You attach it to your tap, because nobody should get a rash from brushing teeth or taking a bath, and no mother should ever have to tuck her children into bed with feelings of dread and the fear of lead. And do you have a filter that can keep out division? When the talking heads on television see in our community a cynical opportunity to sow the seeds of disunity, they don't know you and they don't know this city. All they know is Buick and Roger and me and poison water and a homicide rate. And do you have a filter that can keep out hate? When slick politicians in bad toupees take their place on the national stage and get red in the face and rant and rave and say that our neighbors are not welcome here, do you have a filter that can keep out fear? And do you have a filter that can keep out violence? Have you figured out a way to silence the preachers of prejudice waging war against refugees and Starbucks cups and the least of these? Do you have a filter that can keep out YouTube? Do you know what to do when there's blood in the streets and it's brown against blue and suddenly strangers are yelling at you for daring to say that Black Lives Matter? The water is rising and we're all getting wetter, and whether this gets better or not depends on a question we've been asking a lot lately. Brother, do you have a filter? Thank you.
Wow. Very good. And he's a good roadie, too.
So I hope you'll forgive me for reading the next one, but this is brand new. I wrote this today. I've been at the same place emotionally that all of the rest of you have been this week, just wrestling with the things that happened in Orlando over the weekend. And you know, one of the things that my LGBTQ friends have been saying over and over this week is that the hardest part of this is that the place that was attacked was for them a place of sanctuary. It was a place where they could go to feel safe and to be themselves in a way that they couldn't feel safe and be themselves anywhere else. And the thing that they're wrestling with this week is a sense that now they don't have any safe places left, that now there is no place to go. And one of the things that pains me as a preacher is that churches, the place that should be a sanctuary, the place that should be safe, is too often not safe for the very people who are hurting the most this week. And so all week I've been trying to figure out what do I want to say, what words do I have in this moment, and so this is what I wrote today. I'm building an ark, and you can get on it. I can't stop the rain, but I can make you this promise. On this boat you will find sanctuary. I will always call you Glenda. I will never call you Gary. And if ever you decide to hold hands with Mary, you go right ahead and do that, and you'll never catch me staring, and I guarantee that I will never freak out about sharing a bathroom with you. Please do your poo in whatever restroom makes sense to you. And I promise that if you ever sit in a pew, then I will never ever spout pious platitudes as semi-automatic as an AR-15 about mysterious ways, about things unseen, about Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. And I promise to hold your hand while you grieve for the queens in the street beneath the sheets, the people bleeding where their feet used to dance in Orlando. I will go where you go. I will never mind you, define you, or try to realign you as if you were a car that won't drive straight. You can steer how you want. You're queer? That's great, because I'm done with the reign of hate and pain. I can't remain in a place where the people are so insane. So what do you say? I'm building an ark. Will you be my rainbow? Thank you.
Hey, I want to say we have somebody, we need some artists up here to do the picture. There's paints
Oh,
and
yes,
everything.
yes, there's paint. You just need, I didn't get a glass of water, though. You need to
Same
get a
up
glass
for
of
Gary out
water.
there.
You can get a disposable or an empty.
Doesn't your granddaughter, did she come?
No.
The painter didn't come? Oh, well,
Yes,
who's gonna paint for us? All right, and we got a comedian coming up named Daniel. Daniel, Joe Daniels. Joe Daniels.
There's markers
All right.
in there if you don't have a cup of water. There's also markers in there.
And after him, we're gonna have Lee. Get ready, Lee, you're on deck.
Yeah, and weren't you going to be the host in, did we figure out, like, I can't remember what month, though. Aren't you going to be hosting this 1 month? What month was it we decided on?
October, I think.
October? Okay, you know what, that seems right to me, too, because I've got it on a list. I didn't have it with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that'll be fun.
But, no, but that was a great, I just wanted to say, that
Yeah.
was great. That was great. That was awesome. And, you know, I am so lucky to be able to perform in such an open space, such a, you know, as you said, a safe place, as you said. And, you know, as a comedian, you know, as a medium, you know, that, you know, you can talk about, you know, certain things and, you know, you can say a certain thing, but you have to react. And what happened in Orlando was horrible. It was horrible, and it's a tragedy. And to, you know, have this time and have this place in order to say something, in order to react, in order to, you know, embrace this as we all are embracing this, you know, as we keep on hearing about the news and keep on hearing more details and everything like that. And, you know, being in this particular place where, you know, we are LGBT safe and, you know, we are as a community, you know, but a moment of silence. I was going to say a moment of silence, but we can't be silent. You know what I mean? We can't be silent because, I mean, like Martin Luther King said that in the end we will remember not the words of our enemies or adversaries, but the deafening sound of friends and allies. And that's silence. We can't be silent. We have to say, you know, I guess, perpetuate love instead of hate. And but we have to be loud. Well, we can't be too loud because we don't want to get maced. You know, we don't want to go overboard. We don't want to be radicalized or anything like that. But perpetuate love. And I love Flint. Whether you're Christian or Muslim or gay or straight, black or white, or orange. You know, we all hate each other equally. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
We all hate each other equally, and you better be nice to everybody because you don't know who else is back. And I mean, because there's a lot of people who have CPLs that's just like, ugh. But like, we all, you know. But that would never happen. That would never fly in Flint. Do you realize that would never fly? Nothing will happen in Flint because I'm pretty sure they heard about our water. And also, it's could you imagine a hostage negotiation? Like what? Oh, they got people from Flint. Oh, just send them more water. Just send them more water. I mean, you know. But I mean, like.
Yeah.
But you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And we don't give a shit who's taking a shit next to us, whether you're Bruce Jenner or in between or whatever, whatever you identify. We don't give a shit. We don't. And we're Flint strong. We're United All Americans. But to go on with the show that was going to say before all that shit happened, I do hate Drake. I do hate Drake. I do hate him. But not like a radical, like any of that, but like, I don't know, like, I hope I get famous. Like, I hope like I get like famous, you know, like the Biggie, not that serious, but like, I want to have like a fake feud with him, where like I go break his kneecaps or something like that, and he's Jimmy for life, forever. He's in a wheel, you know, he was on Degrassi, he was in a wheelchair. You know, I don't know. I'm kidding. I say stuff. I don't know. I know what I said was kind of like all serious. I know, but I know, like I just like being a comedian. Weird stuff happening. Like in Flint, like somebody stole my hubcaps. Somebody stole my hubcaps. And I wasn't even mad. Wasn't even mad. Because I just imagine some fly homeless guy, has some awesome decorations on his cart somewhere. And like, I'm just content with that thought. I was fully content. I was just, And it turns out I did see that guy. I did see him. I saw him go. I'm like, hey! And he says, hey! And I don't know, it was a moment, but I have weird moments. My life is weird. Weird stuff happens to me all the time. I was born in a barn. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if that's...
True story.
True story. Oh, yeah, she knows. She knows. How you doing, by the way? What are you painting?
Right now it looks like a pink and orange snake.
Okay. I can deal with that. But I grew up in a barn. When you grow up in a barn, that kind of says a lot of shit about you. You're not gonna, in high school, no girls. No girls in high school. That shit ain't happening. You live in a barn, you're barn boy for life. That shit ain't leaving you. I don't know why I say it right now, actually. I guess because I just feel comfortable with you people. I think it's a compliment, I don't know. But, I don't know. You can't really have a good closing with that shit. Like, I can't really, like, I don't know. But, thanks for having me, everybody. Thanks for having me.
That was a good job. That was a good discussion too you did at first.
Thank you, Joe Daniels. Okay, next up is Lee.
Okay.
Let's move it along now.
I don't know, have you seen that show yet?
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up for Ken back there. Let me know when we got something, Ken. Here it comes.
Okay. You had something turned off. The last time, all of a sudden, it came on and we...
No, I don't have anything. The tuner.
There it is, right there. I don't know what you just did, but
Getting it now?
no, it was on for a second, now it's going.
Cord.
That's...
Stepping on the cord.
Oh, yeah, that was something.
Get your cords and slack. No, it's going in and out.
This is a brand new receptacle here for the cord, so it can't be that, so. Right.
There you go.
That's something you did, I think. What do you think? Bring mine down some? Okay, we're getting close now, right?
Yep.
Okay, got some old standard things here. This song here would be recognizable after about the first 7 or 8 notes.
Take up your mic.
Oh, look at that, man. The things wore out before we get started.
Happens to everybody when you get older.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah.
Is it still, it's not coming through yet, right?
No.
I don't know what else I could do.
It's whatever you
For it
touch,
now.
whatever you
Yeah.
Well, I hear that train coming, rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. And that train keeps a rolling down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, Mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't you play with guns, but I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, hang my head and I cry. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison and that railroad train was mine, I'd move it on a little further down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
Yeah.
Prison, thank you. Yeah, some more body kicks. Well, back when I was growing up in high school, you know that doo-wop, those chords from the doo-wop, Kevin's familiar with all this stuff. All that music was made up of those 4 or 5 chords and a little arpeggio, like, you can go back and just pick those songs out, and dozens of them, maybe hundreds of them, were little arpeggio and these familiar chords. And back then, of course, if you were in high school or whatever, you were attracted to the songs about lost love, how your sorry ass girlfriend just dumped you or something. And the music has changed, but those kind of things still happen today. I have a granddaughter that I'm raising, and she hasn't had her heart broken, but a lot of her friends have. Now, back in my day, they were singing songs like this. to, but just keep on loving you. Love is something you know nothing about. And love is something you can't throw about. So please try to love me as I love you. You cheated, you lied, you said that you love me. You cheated, you lied, you said that you'd want me. Oh, what can I do? But just keep on loving you. Thank you. Yeah, stuff like that.
Remember who's up now?
Got one more song. And I'm a throwback to that old rockabilly type stuff. And like I said, I grew up with that, and that's always stayed in my head. This song would have been done by probably Little Richard. I'm sure Elvis had a version of it. And it's called Lottie Miss Claudie. I always tell my granddaughter, check that cable before you start playing. You get a rattle like that. So listen to my own advice, right?
Yeah. Oh, there you go, don't mess with it.
I don't know what's causing all that. Lottie, 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 Miss Claudie, well, you sure look good to me. Please don't excite me, baby. You know it can't be me. Because I give you all of my money, but you just don't treat me right. You sleep late in the morning, come home late at night. I'm gonna tell my mama what you've been doing to me. I'm telling everybody that I'm in misery. Lottie, 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 Miss Claudie, you sure look good to me. Please don't excite me, baby. You know it can't be me. Please don't excite me, baby. You know it can't be me. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, lead poet. Next up, Phil.
Phil McCrory.
Who's up next?
Phil McCrory, and then after that's gonna be Justin Scanlon.
Okay, Justin, you're on deck.
Kevin runs a tight ship here now.
And anybody wants to sign up,
Anybody?
yeah, we're gonna need more
Lots
people,
more
so.
places.
That's why I made him put it down.
Or
here,
hang
so
out
you
around
guys-
it, we may have a big open session at the end.
Yeah, oh
You hear
yeah.
me, Andrew?
Okay, there we go, that'd be fun. Yeah, if we have time, we used to do that. Let's do that if we have time.
I don't plug in.
You got the art, Gary?
I don't have one.
I'll loan you one.
Got one.
If we get an open, if we get a jam session going at the end of this, you know?
I'm good with that.
It's a small turnout tonight, ain't it? We've had big turnouts
Yeah, I
here.
don't know, we'll
My
see what
friends are-
happens.
You ain't
Everybody
filming
needs
right now, right?
to, everybody needs to
You're off
share.
right now, right?
What?
You're off right now?
No, it's still on right now, I was just, because he's almost,
My name is Phil. When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me hope and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lend a hand in everything I do. That's the wonder of you. What's the next one? So much for that. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me means everything. Guess I'll never know the reasons why you love me like you do. That's the wonder of you. Thank you. Yep. And here's one I wrote. I work hard with my hands each day, just trying to make another dollar. She was brown eyes and sad, the rich rancher's only daughter. We were two worlds apart. She had the house, I lived back in the stable. She would sneak out at night, give me scraps from her daddy's table. We sat under a tree and talked about things that were nothing more than dreams. She said her daddy had some plans for her, but he didn't care for me. Then one night our lives became like words in a sweet love tune. And she woke up in my arms looking up at that quarter moon. Next quarter moon, this is where I'll be. Next quarter moon, under this tree. And I will always love you no matter where I'll be. Next quarter moon. Winter turned to spring and summer, then there came another fall. So many nights I'd wait under that tree for no one at all. I heard she moved up north and married some rich real estate tycoon. I heard that she cries each night when she looks up and sees a quarter moon. Next quarter moon, this is where I'll be. Next quarter moon, under this tree. And I will always love you no matter where I'll be. Next quarter moon, I'll always love you. Thank you.
Thank you, that was Phil McCrory.
yeah.
And next up, we got Justin
Justin?
Scanlon.
And then after him is Alex Markoff.
Alex, you're on deck. Alex Markoff, you're on deck.
So this is like Creative Alliance is open mic, and we are a arts organization in Flint. And we have our meetings on the first Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock at Churchill's, if anybody's ever interested.
And don't forget to come here on the third Wednesday of every month, 7 to
Yep.
10.
That's when we have Collab Nite.
Thanks to Ken for putting this on every month.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming every month. Couldn't do it without you.
You guys need to share, when you see the event come out, share it with your friends, and then we'll get more people, you know, we'll get more variety of people coming, you know? So,
I got 80%.
There's a big thing going on today. That's where people are at 7 o'clock.
oh, there's something going on today at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, there was a gathering for the killing.
Oh, I did not know that, okay.
listen to the vacuous stare. 25 years of catastrophe, contracted to the spikes of your hair. How did we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? How could we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? And it's plastic. Horror shows performed in darkened theater rows. Celluloid strips freeze the forms completed. 25 years of illusion summed up in the lies we speak. 25 years of confusion, we wreck the paths we seek. And how could we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? How could we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? And it's a plastic horror shows performed in darkened theater rows. And celluloid strips freeze the bones of bleeding. 1 million years of motion, nobody seems to move. History, it's a butcher block, and what does it prove? See, how could we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? How could we know what was the signal? Who could decode a meaningless signal? It was in plastic horror shows performed in dark theater rows. Celluloid strips, oh yeah, freeze the palms of bleeding. Freeze the palms of bleeding lips. Freeze the palms of bleeding. Thank you.
I hope you don't mind me saying that.
Never.
But what? Yeah. Okay.
Never. We don't travel far away or find some pirate's treasure cave. See, it's any time or any place on a sea of dreams. There's a perfume in the air. I turn around, I'll find you there. Anytime or anywhere, on a sea of dreams, on a sea where love is born of light and sky, on a sea we sail together, you and I. On an endless field of grass, timeless moments never pass. There's no such thing as slow or fast. On a sea of dreams, look at the vine around the tree. Two lives wind in harmony. One is you and one is me. On a sea of dreams, on a sea where love is born of light and sky. On a sea we sail together, you and I. There's a perfume in the air. I'll turn around and find you there. Anytime or anywhere.
Justin Scanlon, everybody. Next is Alex, right? Markoff?
Yep, Alex Markoff.
All right.
And then after that is Michael Rawley.
Michael Rawley, oh, okay.
And there's a sign-up sheet if anybody wants to sign up.
That's good, right? All right, thank you.
Hey, Brody.
Hello. I'm just gonna get right to it. I guess. All right, why not? I had something that I want to talk about, but forget it. All right, poetry. Poetry. The severely compromised. As they sit comfortably in their electric wheelchairs, it is hard to believe how certain they seem to be that they won't encounter a break in the approaching terrain, how they expect that nothing will impede them. And so, I take my medications tonight with a glass of cold water. I feel the lump of pills slide down my esophagus. All of us have been broken a little differently. Tonight has a height, a weight, but its uncharted distance is only perceived distance. A level road that will span tonight, that will, with little doubt, remain as it is for my trip back here tomorrow. Sorry, Ken, it's just a little, it seems a little high, that's all.
There, that's it.
It's not that one.
Well, that made it go down. That made it go down.
Put a little pace on.
Yeah, that's good.
What are you saying?
Oh, I just said give it some coffee and sober it up. It's a little hot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like, I'm born in Los Angeles, I'm a weirdo.
Welcome to the club.
This is called learning to walk. These are my toes, mother, my toes. These are my feet, mother, my feet. And so it continues on like this. It climbs, stopping at each knob and crease, all the way up to the fragile crown of soft baby hair. Then, a single foot tests the beginnings of a foundation for a body that can balance, at least temporarily. Soon a wobbly foundation is reached. Eons later, the boy has long since forgotten what finally happened. This is my mind, mother, my mind. The white clouds. The therapist told me that I should imagine the white clouds, puffy, disintegrating, coming apart in the blue sky whenever I feel particularly anxious. Right away, I was amazed at how obvious this was, and that I had never utilized this scenic coping strategy, this commonplace abstraction, this simple, spacious ally, this massive icon who I can look up and feel at one with, even while following unremarkable advice. Last one. I have executive privilege, meaning I am somewhat of an executive, and my privileges are classified, meaning there are specialized devices that I use in order to exert my control over the situation that is at hand. Ultra-sensitive, ultra-topical information is discussed openly in hard files that are locked away, meaning stored and labeled for safekeeping, meaning it would be impossible for anyone to indict me. The thundering of the helicopter that penetrates the airspace above this house reminds me that I am protected at all times.
Mike Rawley? Mike Rawley up next.
Yep, Michael Rawley, and then after that's going to be Chris Jones.
Chris Jones, you're on deck. get that flute over to the house?
I get the, I do some homework.
I didn't realize I know this guy, and I've just heard of him forever. You know, I mean, people.
Mhm. Seen him, yeah, around.
I am Michael Rawley.
Hi, Michael.
I am that Michael Rawley.
Which one?
Will the real Miss Michael Rawley please stand up?
Here's my resume. I captured concepts and images and milk them like snakes for their venom to be used as medicine. When mixed in plenty of alphabet, shaken gently like martinis with some cracked icons and a twist of rye, then poured o'er pages like these, herbs for my hairs, to be hung up to dry. Okay, here is, I wrote a short story. Bear with me. This is titled, You Call This Evolution? I believe that long ago, back in the beginning, no, way before then, mankind had tails. Long tails, strong tails. These early humans liked to hang by the tails from the branches of trees just for the fun of it. Sometimes when the weather was right, the trees would be full of people dangling from branches all over the forest. They would swing back and forth like pendulums, smiling and waving at each other, now and then pointing. You see, they didn't talk. When they had their tails, they had no speech to speak of. A little sign language maybe. There was a lot of laughter though. If you can imagine what you and all your neighbors would look like hanging out like that. These tails were very useful, handy, you might say. The tails could hold things like food or tools and whatnot, leaving the hands free to wave, etc. Mothers would take their babies' tails and wrap them around nearby limbs, letting them sway in the breeze while napping. This ancestral memory is the origin of the nursery rhyme, Rock-a-bye Baby. As the children grew during times like these, they practiced waving and smiling at others and even pointing. Adolescent boys would walk around making secret code tail signals. Adolescent girls would use their tails to play provocative peekaboo when flirting. Their parents would cover their eyes with their own tails and sigh. Understand, I wasn't there, but who knows? Human nature being what it is and everything, I think that as long as the weather was right, there were no wars, since everyone enjoyed hanging around and laughing so much, and swinging even with those way out on a limb. That was when the whole world was at peace, a long time ago. I feel that somewhere along the way, we traded our great tales for common speech. So, now that we can speak, tell me, what do you think of my little tale? Okay, piece of poetry. A wind song blew. I noticed a melody that rose from a flower, azure. Idyllic lyric passed over my ear, glowing as clouds would, drifting across a smiling moon phase. While I see they've been read, still these words are all new. A song about blue.
Mike Rawley, people, give it up. Yeah. A new person here, and another one. We got 2 newbies this week, this month.
It's gonna be Chris Jones.
Who's up?
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. Where you at? Here he is. You're up
Chris
next.
Jones, yay,
Let's have
Chris.
him first.
Next is Angela
You need to
Hines.
Pineo.
I
Oh,
think it should
Pineo.
last.
Okay.
Maybe, hopefully, it's a piece of crap, so who knows? Is it okay if I like do this? Oops.
Or you can sit down too if you want. if
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
easier.
sit down.
Oh, good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Isn't he a good roadie?
Stagehand. Give it up for our stagehand, people.
Alrighty, so what I'm going to share with you guys is just an excerpt from one of my books that I actually finished last year. It took me less than a year to do it, and it was a little bit less than 200 pages long, which I was really happy about because the first book that I had written was 800 pages. And yeah, so I wanted to make something a little bit shorter because, as my dad tells me, less is more. So, alright. Monty was 9 when he'd taken his first dive into the ocean. If his own choice had been relevant at all to the matter, Monty would not have been on a dive until he was dead. Maybe not even after that. Gregory Montgomery had told Sam that if he didn't want to die, he didn't have to. That was a lie. His father more or less crammed him into one of the novice diving suits, and that was that. He was put on a rope, and that was that. 5 minutes, Palmer, Greg said, not a tick more. Palmer nodded quietly to Greg Montgomery. Monty's father was the only person in Stovetop that Monitor Palmer met with neither a smart comment nor a smart grin. I'm going down there. Then Monty was hanging in the dim sky, lit primarily from the ocean world, which didn't have ladders for light but a star instead. The suit took his breaths, otherwise quiet, and made them loud and hollow in his ears. The visor fogged up, and I'm going down there. Reality of what had been happening hadn't fully dawned on Monty until after his descent. He stared down at the ocean world. It was a deep turquoise from one horizon to the other. Here and there, the surface was broken up by bits of the reef that came above the surface like groping red fingers. The sky was light blue, and the one star it contained, known as Paradise Jewel, was high in the cycle. I'm going down there! The panic came to him like it would 6 years later. His arms clawed helplessly through the air, which did nothing but make him turn slowly left and right. His legs pumped back and forth, which succeeded in doing absolutely nothing at all. I'm going down there! He turned a slow circle through the air. The teeth of the reef fell out of view, then back in again. His stomach churned, spinning much faster than the rest of his body, it seemed, and Monty knew that he would puke. His father had insisted that Monty avoid meals today for this very reason, for all the good it did. He felt like he'd been swallowing chunks of wood just minutes before. It was fear and not intuition that made him close his eyes. Thinking back, it was not just fear of the unknown, though that certainly was at least half of it. It was the unknown and not being able to go back, not when he wanted to. There wouldn't be monsters down there in the ocean, no man-eating giants, no water creatures awakened from their billion-year slumber in an ancient city below the ocean. But if there was, Monty wouldn't be able to go back up regardless. He would be stuck down there until all of his minutes were up. When he closed his eyes, Monty thought, I'm not going down there. The voice was quiet in his head, mostly drowned out by the sound of the waves crashing against the reef below. It was quiet enough that Monty wondered if it had been there at all. I'm not going down there, he said. Again, he was quiet. Even in the closed space of the helmet, he could barely hear it. The churning of his stomach slowed down a bit. I'm not going down there, he cried. The sound rang in his ears, echoing the way it did when you were in an empty house. The churning of his stomach became slow stirring. He repeated the sentence, waiting for his stomach to become completely still. When it was close to completely still, he finally opened his eyes again. He was less than 3 feet from the water. He was touching down near the reef. The water here had a purple tinge from the sediments getting washed off the reef. His feet touched the water. He expected a sudden flash of cold, which was the case when he dipped a naked hand into the ocean. A slight chill came to his feet instead. In spite of the waves, the chill came in a perfectly flat line. It rose slowly, past his shins, to his knees. Monty felt the panic set in again, and the familiar glass shards in his throat. I'm not going down there. Monty closed his eyes. The chill crept up his body. He ignored it as best he could. When the chill reached his throat, he thought it would shut tight. It nearly did, and he thought of Bunny and the funny things she would say to him. You look like a drowned rat. And that brought his smile back. The chill went over his helmet. He kept his eyes closed. If he opened them, he might panic again. He realized that he could keep his eyes shut for the next 10 minutes, but decided against it. Because if a monster was down here, then he really wouldn't see it coming. So Monty opened his eyes. The reef was about 15 feet in front of him. Above the surface, it looked like red fingers. Below the surface, it was a mountain. On the peak were the frogs. Half of them were gray, and the ink people used. Around half of them were gray. Each jump from their muscular legs took them from one part of the reef to another. Their bubbles formed a tower that went up to the surface in a spiraling column. Under them, the reef webbed down through the water. Schools of orange fish went through these webs, their scales shimmering in the considerable ocean world light. Monty watched them, his eyes hot and dry in the helmet. Below the fish, the reef went down and down. The lower part of the reef was greener than stovetop grass and contained dozens of fuzzy tube sponges that leaned towards him. As Monty watched, one large blue worm curled out from the leftmost sponge. It dragged its flat head around in a slow circle, perhaps looking for something to eat, before retreating back into the sponge. The school of fish came at Monty. He put his hands up. One of the fish moved through the hand, hitting his helmet and making a light thud sound that echoed through his head. Monty laughed shakily. His groin was warm and wet. He would have thought that he pissed his pants, except his whole body felt warm and wet. As he went further down, the reef's red color remained mostly constant. It went from deep red into a color much like rotting iron. A protrusion came out from the reef. Further down, on the brown seabed, he could make out the seabed shrimp, which were essentially the same color as the bed itself. They were like big ants moving around down there. I could die down here, Monty thought, and the thought didn't scare him. The tall boys scared him. They were unknowable alien things. Nobody could get close to them. This reef was the opposite number. It teemed with life down here. It was touchable life, seeable, knowable. Most importantly, it was quiet. There was no lying down here. There were no people calling him outside of his name. That, more than anything else, made him want to stay down here. He knew that he could die 5 years later, 10 years later, even 15 years later, and there still wouldn't be anyone calling him outside of his name. His feet touched down on the seabed with a delicate thud. A small amount of dust popped up and spread out in a thin film. He watched as some of it settled down on 2 crabs. They had backs that, like the lower part of the reef, were the color of rotting iron. Their undersides were a dim gray that would look white on the surface. As Monty watched their mouths open up and suck in, as Monty watched, their mouths opened up and sucked in 3 good handfuls of shrimp each. The rest of them scattered in all directions. Monty walked towards them. They sensed that he was there and turned to face him. They had 3 eyes, 2 on the left side and the 3rd on the right. The crabs immediately started backing away from Monty, keeping their eyes trained on him. There was a big tug at his back. Almost done. There was a big tug at his back. The motion was startling and Monty cried out, and the sound filling up. The motion was startling and Monty cried out, the sound filling up his ears almost immediately. His feet came off the ground, dangling slowly in the water. I'm going back up, Monty thought. If you had told him 10 minutes ago that the thought would be unpleasant, he would have thought you were lying. But here he was, thinking exactly that. Bye, Mr. Crab, Monty said, waving at the creature as it continued to retreat. Monty giggled in his helmet. He thought then that he would never be so happy and scared in his life. Yeah, sorry that was a bit longer than the other one.
I like
That was good. Very good.
Give it up for Chris.
And the next person up is Angela Pineo.
Okay, Angela, you're up. She's ready.
And then after Angela would be Christian Pavkovick. I do not know how to say his name. It starts with a P and it ends with a ski on it, I think.
Third Wednesday of every month.
Christian.
That's the farmer, Mark.
Okay. Who's up? Who's on deck?
Christian. Christian.
Chris is on deck.
Christian.
Christian,
Christian.
you're on deck. Okay. Angela, people.
I'm nervous. I'm a karaoke person, not a, small stage. This person. I'm gonna sing one of my dad's songs. He was a singer-songwriter in Flint in the 70s, and he passed away this last year. So here's my tribute to him.
What was his name?
Bill Pineo.
Okay.
Woke up this morning, caught myself yawning one more time before the coffee starts to perk. Stumble from the breakfast table, wondering if I'll be able to get the kids to school and me to work. Then my mind goes back to the night before, wondering if tonight might be the same. 'Cause in that hour before I sleep, it's hell and I don't think I can stand the pain. All day long I can hide those doubts and fears, steal a little sunshine through the clouds. All day long I can hide those doubts and fears. It's those damn lonely nights that get me down. I was wondering if someone would like to play Me and Bobby McGee.
I'll do it for you, sure.
I have to bring up the lyrics.
Oh, wait, I gotta bust the string.
Oh.
Somebody else? Lee? Then she got a minute.
Is Justin still around?
Yeah, Justin too could.
Justin, are you available? We need a guitar player up here.
Yeah. Or has anybody else got a guitar? Oh, or some instrument. Oh, can you do it on your harmonica?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yes. See what you can get out of here.
Just pull it backwards so you can hear her singing,
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
we'll give it a try.
Okay, I'll start.
We're looking for someone.
Sorry. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling nearly faded as my my dreams. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained. It rode us all the way to New Orleans. Pulled my heart from my dirty red bandana, was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing don't mean nothing to think for free. No, no. Feeling good was easy load when he sang the blues. The feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee.
There you got a lovely voice.
Thanks. If I could stand.
Give it up, come on, people.
The next one is Christian.
Christian, you're up.
And then after Christian is Ether. Q. Ether.
Ether.
Ethereal.
On deck. Christian, you're up.
But Christian's up.
Is it ether on deck?
Yeah. You know, ethereal, ether. Q, Quentin,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Robinson, I'm not sure.
Quentin is up next.
The poet guy.
Quentin's up next.
Yeah.
Quentin, you're on deck.
He knew that one. You were familiar with that alias, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Christian, how do you say your last name?
Pavkovick.
Pavkovick.
And I haven't heard anybody say anything like this yet, so, and I don't know how many people are coming on later, but this one's for you. Fuck.
Cool.
Okay, so this is a song I wrote, whoa, and then I kicked the mic over. This is a song I wrote called Little Worker Bee. Little worker bee, you're taking the best of me.
and on a lighter note, here's a song about, I guess it's about a death. Kind of. Thematically it is, but not really. So this one is called Man's Best Friend.
Oh no, the dog doesn't die.
Oh, no, there's not even a dog in it.
Oh.
I mean, maybe like metaphorically. Icarus, burnt up, tumble dry, fell into the Aegean's heady swell. No laundry list to memorize, just one. Don't fly too close to the sun. Icarus, you stupid child, captured by the waves and swallowed whole by tides, and Daedalus cried, you have challenged the gods. I built those wings to let you soar, a thing no man had done before, yet you would try and enjoy flying? Your hubris makes me cringe. He turned away, back to the sea, reminded of his fate on Crete. And Icarus surfaced, his lips pursed, said, the sea is not my grave. And he spoke, the gods did not forbid me from a higher place to see the world from great vistas to lowly trenches buried in the ocean. Why else go then? Motion towards the water, claw into the waves, with no gills, flippers, fins, and crave the wetter prairie. Zeus did not put walls around the lakes, did not say keep your feet dry, be a slave to edges on maps that you made. If the sky were off limits, then my hand couldn't reach towards the clouds. No sin, it seems, to hear the sounds of birds and glide, but next time on wings that were maybe better made. So you can't blame this one on the gods. Thank you.
Okay, Quentin. And give it up for Christian, too. Welcome to the stage, Quentin, now, people.
What are you gonna do today?
Magic. Disappeared. It really did. Is that part of the answer or not? Oh, gotcha. Oh, I thought for sure.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name of Aether, and I am a performance magician. How are you?
All right.
Cool. Good. All right. So, I was going to try a little trick with a Sharpie, but I'm not feeling so hot about it. So I just probably use a silver dollar. Something kind of like that. All right. Here, come on up. All right. Nate's like, give it up for Nate as he goes to Nate. Guys. I don't know why. All right. Usually when I do coin magic, feel free to have a seat. All right. I'll bring somebody up on stage to keep me honest because these guys are a little small. Sometimes they can be hard to see.
Right. We got a preacher here, so we can really keep you honest.
All right. What we have here are 3 Eisenhower silver dollars. Hold out your hand for me. Take a look at those. Make sure they're real. Make sure they're completely solid. They're quite heavy, aren't they?
They're heavier than a silver dollar, yes. Okay, yeah, I'm convinced that they are real.
All right. We're going to take these 3 coins. I want you to watch. So watch these 3 coins here as they fly from the fingertips here to the fingertips here, hopefully, without you seeing them go.
Should I be watching you right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
See it fly across?
It eluded me, yeah.
That's one. We'll get rid of it. We'll try it again. 2 coins. Now I want you to keep your eyes on this little guy here because he's going to do all the magic. We have one here, but this guy is actually pretty smart. If I tell him to, you see that blue dot right there? There's a small blue dot on the back of my hand. If I place that coin there 3 or 4 times in a row, I can actually give him a blow and give him a little squeeze.
Yeah.
He'll drop right through. 2 coins here, one in the pocket. Now what I want you, that's the two, I want you to hold your hand for me just a second. Put your other hand flat on top and lay them just like a pancake and squeeze those down tight. And I want you to watch this little guy right here. He's a little trickster, right? Last one to go. I want you to watch this coin as it flies through the air and lands back in his hand. Now that might have happened a little fast, so I'll slow it down for you. I want you to watch. Watch him as he flies. From the fingertips here to the fingertips back here. And hopefully, 1, 2. Did you feel him go in?
No, I didn't.
3. Open your hand. That should be 2 plus 1, 2, and 3. I
Give it up. Give it up, people.
There were only 2, man. There were 2 in there.
I used to see my dreams encased in a box, guarded by guardians with glocks, with angel wing-like things growing out of a darkness unseen with the naked eye, but I was a box kind of kid. Boxed in by the melanin of my skin, yet I remain constrained on this box bridge built on the burdens of a bloody beauty, bruising her body blue wings from the blue wings of a morpho who sings of true things like real love, kid. That she was raised in a place without what real love is, in her home. And pain had been poured from a picture onto a picture of her soul. See, kid had a heart of gold, but her future was sold for a night long gone in the morning so cold when she met a man with a love so mean. Took 2 sips of his bitter brew and dove deeper down into his rabbit hole. Now I know that life can't be lived through a TV show, so change the channel, or instead smell the scent of her Chanel. Inhale and let go as we keep on writing poems, dragging me back where I belong, at that mysterious place that's reminiscent of my fate, where my mind and heart are trapped behind a locked gate, so quick with the seesawing of my mental state. Because on default, I feed off the lead spawn from a poem, you know, that freedom song. So I guess this is life in a bitter seesaw, where I can't regret wanting to climb to the hour of a peace call, because I just wanted peace, yo. And now I can't regret slipping through the open cracks of the lid, because I stopped for a moment and said no looking back. But I did. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you're the last person on the list.
Or a magic trick.
Okay.
We're impressed with that.
You got a magic trick?
You need a friend, bring my friend up. Come on up, Gary. Let's get Gary up here. This is a guy who traveled all the way from Vermont. Hold one on him.
Give Gary a round of applause for coming to the stage.
This guy, Professor, came from Vermont to see his kid, and he's here. And
Oh, cool.
You have a seat right here for him?
he's only here for a week.
Oh, you mean he didn't come here just to be on the show?
That's right. Where are you from?
Yeah, he's here to be on the show.
What part of Vermont?
Part called the Northeast Kingdom. It's the northeastern.
Give it up for the king of Vermont, you guys.
Yay!
Alright, some more silver dollar. I'd like you to take a look at it for a second. I'd like you to just warm it up for just a second. I don't like working with cold coins. Sometimes it can be hard to get a grip on the metal.
No.
Alright? Are you satisfied that there's just one single coin?
One coin. Yep.
Alright. What I'd like you to do for a second is just watch. If I was to take this coin and place it in my hand and give it a squeeze, right? I could actually get the coin to just travel right through the back of your hand, just like that. Alright. Let's try that again. I'll bring it up to eye level so I can keep it right in front. I'm trying to make this as fair as possible. Okay. I'll take it, give it a squeeze, and it's 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that guy, he jumps around a little bit. Alright, hold on. Let's try this. 1, 2. Whoa. Sorry. That happened a little fast. Let's try this again. But take, let me see, nothing between my fingers here. Nothing in the hand. Watch. It's 1, 2, 3. Did you feel it that time?
I did.
Give it up for him, guys. He felt
You felt it.
Watch, this time I'm actually going to try to just make him melt right through both hands, just like that. Show everybody your hand completely empty. All right. We'll try another. Maybe I have another one in here.
Good, man.
All right. Here's this guy right here. You give him a squeeze. Warm him up. Make sure he's nice and tight. Yeah, rub him between his hands. Now watch. Watch this guy right here. Oh, wait. No. There it is. There's his brother. I'm sorry. Here. You know what? Put that guy in the pocket. All right. We'll lay him in the hand just like this. Now take. Now you see as he goes up, he actually jumps back. I'm sorry. You know, Hold on, just for a second. I want you to just watch. You feel how the friction can kind of heat up the metal a little bit? Yep. Here, let's see if I can toss him down. He actually slides right down your middle finger and jumps back. But if I'm really careful, I can make him vanish from both hands, and he reappears on your shoulder.
Oh, man.
Whoa!
All right. We got this up, Phil.
And Kevin is the host.
Right? I want you to watch. I'm going to bring him underneath this time, and I'm actually going to try to get him to teleport and jump right from the bottom of your hand to the top, just like that. You know what's cool? Let's do it one more time. Hold out your other hand for me. We'll see if I can't get him to jump from this hand to that hand, right in front. Did you feel anything?
No, I didn't.
All right, you know what? Turn your hand over for me and make a sandwich. And then he goes completely away. Thank you, guys. Oh shit, I dropped it. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
And that's the final point. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I was born in a snowstorm. Now, even though I'm off by about 12 weeks and 1 day because I was born in the middle of May, I wouldn't have it any other way. I was raised in a place where GM stood for gaining money, not growing monotonous in a graveyard metropolis. On top of this, add a growing crime rate. In this state, 4,700 people die every year. They are becoming our futures and our fears. And yet, society sheds no tears. These people are so backwards. All they have is deaf eyes and blind ears. They pretend not to hear. The reports and stories about bedrock or unemployment checks are keeping people in headlocks, and headshots are just as commonplace as the crime race in the summer. Eyes grow younger as we behold these old souls, bearing old souls. Yet they still carry goals to walk that golden mile from Pearson to Carpenter Road, so hold on to your seatbelts. Because on this road through life, my goal is to get rid of all my inhibitions. I've broken down these mental traditions, and that's just the start of my inventions. My intentions were to leave you all behind. Oh shit. Now I know that sounds cold, but I have to go out and find my own road, my own path to pass just as fast as time's passed us by. But the truth is, now time is hard to find. So we go looking in all the wrong places. Like my grandfather's farmer's almanac, which had a knack for finding obsolete sundials and broken clocks with missing faces. So let's face it, the hands of time have been removed. And now they are too few and far between to be seen with anybody with less than keen eyesight. And this isn't a 2020 poem. More like 2015, because my third eye remains unseen from these inferior cats who only lay claim to the title of being male superior cats, and that's no metaphor. That's just the city that I grew up in. See, Flint is becoming a whisper's end, whispering melodies and tones of a forgotten speech, reciting empty words from a poet who was known for his inability to preach, but he always got the point across. And his name was Ether. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it up for Ether! Nice job.
Connie White.
Connie,
What?
you're up. You got a tough act to follow now. Connie White, everybody.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello.
You already hear me anyways. I don't have to use the microphone. So, do you want sad, lovey-dovey issues?
He wants stuff with fuck in it.
Yeah.
Like fuck in it?
Dirty.
Dirty? Well, this isn't dirty because we're taping this, so I've been told I need to make sure I'm careful.
Hey,
I'll
YouTube's
weave
wild
memories of tainted love through your soiled existence. Rise in consciousness until a path is carved into your resistance.
twisting, turning, slowly igniting my skin, infernal of your kisses burning. Terrifying waves of heat dance along my body, pulsing waves of liquid fire, twisting, turning until you are wrapped in this frantic desire. I come to feed on you until I overflow with lust, blazing red and orange, until not an inch of skin survives and all is a pile of ashes, satisfied ashes. Here's one that I kind of went back and forth and I had a friend help me revise. I'm thinking I'm going to like put all 3 versions together if I were to do my own book, just so I can call it Evolution of a Poem. This is the final part of it. So I wanted to do the original, but I can't find it. New phone. I saw him, bare, cloth free, my aching body arching, shivers excitement, thighs are quivering, tendons, my body is thinking, muscles are movement, balance against motion, waves of deep pause, sweaty spine, my eyes arrow over infinite skin, delicate, erotic expressions as I split at the seams. Groupie love. Have I read that one in a while? Groupie love. I have crushes on musicians, so. Groupie love. And this is actually written right after watching a friend of mine perform. Groupie love. In waves of smoky tones linked together, creating groovy tunes, rhythms, vibrations passing through my body as if a symphony of seduction. Drumming of my heart, keeping time as my body sways, translation of power from shy to sly as I catch your eye. Peaceful excitement burns within a smoldering path along my skin, invading my mind, leaving me spinning in wonder, if only I were not so afraid. Intoxicated into a smile which pulls me along this erotic trail of memories, I feel myself melting with each caress of your sweet, simple words. Hey, hey, hey. As I hear your gentle question, I scream, I'm yours if you want me, but my lips never part. Can I really be feeling such spectacular passion for this quietly funny musician? One who seeks to heal wounds and build bridges of emotion through song. I want you, and I feel no other possibilities exist without you in this melodic moment. In this moment. How about that? I wanted to say dick.
Metal dick. That's good.
Okay, I hate to end on a sad one, but this one actually, like, for some reason, I think this kind of crept up on me one time. I go to a writing group down in Detroit with a really spectacular friend of mine, Chris Parks, who teaches at McComb Community College, and he teaches, like, intro to poetry, and so he has this cool group. And I wrote this one time, and I wrote it after listening to him talk about a good friend of his and the not-so-nice childhood he brought up. And it touched me. There was a time when anger reigned. Its scars remind me that once my sole purpose was to carry the weight of someone else's pain. Stolen safety, no signs of love. I walked through life with these lashes of anger reminding me of stolen safety and no signs of love. Unless I baptized my entire being in accepting my scars were never deserved.
That was the last person. Unless there's somebody else that wants to go up.
Anybody?
Anybody? Bueller?
Possibly, if I can find what I'm looking for.
Bueller. Here we go. We got a Bueller.
Oh, Charlene. Charlene hasn't went up yet.
Charlene,
I'm gonna come up, yeah.
we're gonna call you up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up now.
All right.
I didn't even say some hours before, because I didn't think I was gonna be doing anything.
Oh.
I don't know what did I say here.
Lower the mic, lower the mic.
Here's a good comfortable spot.
Or that, there's one over there that's already down low. Okay.
Thank you, Rawley, or Stacey.
Jeremy, the preacher.
My subconscious gifted me with a tiger for my birthday. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I've got it chained up at the moment in my cerebellum, but you know, those chains are pretty fragile. It's liable to get loose any moment, start clawing at my cerebral cortex, and if it gets loose, there's no telling what kind of damage it can cause. I suppose I better get out the yellow pages and start looking for a good tiger tamer. Next year, I hope my subconscious sticks to poetry. Sing me a song of sleepy things, of a placid lake and a tiny breeze at the topmost boughs of the tallest trees, of the drowsy song the cicada sings. Tell me of sleepy things. Sing me a song of sleepy things, of a cat curled up in a pillow of fur and a little girl napping next to her, of the velvet whisper of butterfly wings. Tell me of sleepy things. Sing me a song of sleepy things, of lovers watching the long day die as the sun sinks low in a peach pink sky, of the purple silence that twilight brings. Sing us sleepy things. And now for whoever was doing that thing about rockabye baby. Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Rockabye baby under the tree. A much safer place for baby to be. But when the bough breaks, though the cradle won't fall, the bough might hit baby. No good after all. Rockabye baby on the front grass right by my side. Now the danger is past. But when the wind blows, it might bring the rain. Ah, nuts. Let's go back to the treetop again. I can do one more, but this one I don't have memorized, so if you'll give me a few seconds, I'll get out and read it.
Oh, and next month, the host is going to be Rob Anthony.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
nice to know.
And where's Rob tonight?
I don't know, but he's
at
Mr.
that-
July.
There's a big gathering tonight. That's where everybody must be.
Yeah, look for
Where
that
I'm
naked
looking
picture
for
of him
some-
too. He said he would propose.
What's the gathering?
They had another meeting on the gathering for the murder that went on this weekend.
Oh.
Flint to Orlando.
Yeah, right.
I kept trying really, really hard to come up with a poem to connect with that, but I don't have it, so I guess we're going to have to leave that to Rob, who is very intelligent. Too bad he's not here, but he's very intelligent just the same. Old River. Old River, people are always wanting you to work for them. Someone is always putting rocks in your center or dams across your span or trying to spur you ahead with a mill wheel. They're always trying to find ways to turn your course by building sluiceways or hoping a nice man-made lake will keep your current placid.
How about for all the performers today? And now for everybody who came.
Ethan's got an announcement too.
You got one
Yeah.
more announcement.
I'm like 6'3" and I'm a bit down anyway. This Friday, I'm hosting an event called the Fly City Poetry Slam, which will be held right here at 7 p.m. We have a bunch of really, really awesome performers who are going to be coming out. And if you guys are interested, I can give you more information after the show. So hopefully I'll see you all Friday. Thanks very much.
Anybody else got an announcement?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Not really.
Okay, I announce it. It's over. The June Creative Collab Night is over.
Okay. Go home. Go